Hello everybody and welcome to part 4 of HLOD system series. It's been a while since the last video. During this time I was working on other project that I needed to finish. I also made several internal changes to HLOD system. The result? Fewer crashes and the flickering issue that we had before is now fixed. Overall, LOD transitions are much smoother now. One notable change in the newer version of mtrain is that the GD extension library has been moved to the root of the project directory. The reason for this is simple. The final export game only required a GD extension library. Everything else inside the add-on folder is only needed for the editor and can be excluded from your game build. Alright, let's get back to the HLOD system. In this video, I'll show you how to add decals and lights. To add decals, just click on the plus button and click on decal. This will create a new mdecal instance node, a custom node made specifically for mtrain plugin. It uses an mdecal resource, which in this resource you can assign decal texture and adjust various decal settings. You can also rename the decal at the top of the inspector. In Godot, usually you add decal using a decal node. In mtrain, we instead create a mdecal resource that can be reused across multiple mdecal instance nodes. Since this resource is shared, it does not have a size setting. This is because changing the size in one place would affect all instances. Instead of changing the size of the decal, you can adjust the scale using these gizmos. I have written a custom gizmo plugin specifically for this purpose. Now if I right click on decal in asset panel, you'll see it gets saved as an mdecal resource in this specific folder. Now let's assign a texture to this decal, and then I rotate it and I position it properly. After baking this HLOD, this decal also gets baked into this HLOD, but you can also use the mdecal distance node outside of this system. However, not all nodes are usable outside of HLOD system. For example, masset mesh nodes are editor only and used solely for baking HLOD resource. They cannot be used in the final game. Now let's see how we can add lights. The HLOD system currently supports two types of lights: Omni lights and spotlights. Directional light is not supported. To add a light, simply add a light node to the scene. However, there is one important limitation with lights. As you can see, each light has many parameters. Most of them are floats which normally use 4 bytes of memory. To reduce their memory usage and improve performance, I have created a custom data format where each float is compressed into a single byte. This compression introduced two limitations. There is now a maximum value that each parameter can represent. Also, the precision of the value is reduced. Here is the source code for the light item in HLOD system. For example, the energy parameter can only hold positive value up to maximum of 64, and the accuracy of that is approximately 0.25. But honestly, I don't think the light energy need to be that precise. Also, I don't think someone need the value more than 64. Now I'll change some light value and bake the scene. As you can see, the baked HLOD version looks exactly the same as before. No visible difference. Lastly, there is another type of item that you can add to the HLOD system, which is a pack scene. Since pack scene is a more complex topic, we'll cover that in a separate video. I hope you like this video, and till the next video, have a good time.